Hey, this is Steve Rode with Damon Day. We're back for another podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about the panic that I've had to live through this morning when I opened my emails from Amazon. You know, I'm really getting into Amazon FBA, being a seller. I'm buying just so much stuff to resell on Amazon. So I wake up this morning, I want to see how were my sales overnight. And the first thing that slaps me in the face is a message that says, your account is at risk of deactivation. A critical event has occurred with your account that has caused it to be at risk of deactivation. That's not what you want to wake up to first thing in the morning. David.
Yeah, that'll pucker you up.
Yeah, well, you know, the first couple times I had to deal with that, yeah, it did. But, you know, there are some things that you learn along the way. And one of them was you got to be careful of intellectual property issues. So I learned my lesson early on about that. And I learned to start using some software. Seller Amp is one of them that shows you if there are any IP issues with a particular product that you want to sell. And so I stay away from those things. But this was a message on those label printers that we just bought.
Yeah.
You know, it's a giant manufacturer. It's a name that everyone would recognize.
Was it the same? Was
And
it the same label printers, or you just bought these same label printers?
It was the same. It was the same company
from a different company
Same
that we bought
company.
it from. The latest one.
No, it wasn't the company we bought it from. It was the manufacturing
Same.
company.
Okay, I'm with you, Steve.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, I'm thinking I've been selling these label printers for a while, and I haven't had any issues. I don't see any indication that other people have issues. But luckily, I followed my own advice. I made a rule, and I stuck
Which
to
we
the rule,
rarely do here on this
which
channel.
is, yeah,
We're good at making rules.
which is when I buy something, I always make sure to immediately save a PDF copy of the receipt or the invoice or whatever it is. I save it into a folder, my arbitrage folder, and I save every one of them because you never know when you're going to need it. And in this case, when you have an IP complaint with Amazon, they want to see that you were authorized to buy and sell a product. One of the ways that you do it is you have a letter of authorization from the manufacturer, which people generally don't have. You either purchased it directly from the manufacturer or you purchased it from an authorized distributor. A big lesson is Amazon does not like to see documentation that says receipt. They want to see documentation that says invoice. For them, it's two completely different things. They have told me, I'm not telling you that this makes sense. I'm just repeating what I have been told. That a receipt shows that you bought it, but you never received it. Whereas an invoice shows that you received it.
But
Whatever.
never paid for it? How do they
know.
know you paid the invoice?
They want that magic word on there. And if you watch a lot of videos on YouTube about ungating, getting approved for certain products, then you'll see that everybody says, it's got to say invoice. And Amazon says it must say invoice and all that other stuff. In this case, I had a document that said invoice from an authorized distributor of this product that I purchased it from. I was totally cool on all of that. So how could I have an intellectual property strike, especially one that said suspected counterfeit? Something didn't smell right here. So I had a non-panic response. The first time that this ever happened, I had a total panic response. And the end result of that very first learning lesson was I was wrong. And Amazon gives you two options. One, you can appeal their decision and you can get into a discussion and you can fight and you can call a specialist and you can talk to them, who just wound up reading me the same page on the Amazon website that I read. It was of no use whatsoever. Or option two, which it took me a minute to figure out how this works. Stay with me. Option 2 is you can just check a box and basically say, I screwed up. I'm not going to do that again. Please give me another chance. The box might as well say that because that is exactly how it works. So once I figured out the whole IP thing, stay away from these products, make sure that I totally screen all products that I purchase using SellerAmp or some other IP tool, then everything has been cool. So we flash forward to this morning. IP complaint. So I sent Amazon my documentation, and they sent me back an email that said, we received a report from the rights owner that you're listing counterfeit products. No, I'm not. We removed the content listed. We may let you list this product again if you receive a retraction from the rights owner. Now, this is a national brand, a national office supply company. Their contact information can be found below. Awesome. The guy's name is Jeppe Luder with a Hotmail account.
Jeppe Luder?
I call bullshit.
Jeppe Luder?
You know, some international office supply manufacturing company
has a Hotmail account.
It's not going to have an official email account that's hotmail.com.
Are you sure it's not an AOL account? Because that would be definitely believable.
That might be, you know, that's a CompuServe account. So I responded to that, and then shortly thereafter I received an email that said, we've reviewed your information. Everything's cool.
You
removed
received an email from Jeppe Luder?
No, from Amazon, from my appeal.
Okay, so you're not going to get any kind of response from Jeppe Luder, I guarantee it. So,
I didn't even bother contacting him. What's the point?
How can you relist it? Are you able to relist the product?
Amazon looked at it and said, "Oh, yeah, this is bullshit."
What did they look at? Because they emailed. I'm confused now.
They looked at my invoice.
They emailed you and said you need to get in touch with the manufacturer, which was Jeppe Luder.
No, they said if you want to relist it, contact the rights owner. But clearly, they're not the rights owner to an international office supply company. So did you which I pointed out to them. So you responded
to Amazon with some logic and said...
I'm not responding
I'm pretty sure Jeppe Luder is not the main contact for this manufacturer.
Yeah, I mean, it's like saying Jeppe Luder at hotmail.com is the CEO of IBM.
And Amazon actually was like, okay, you're probably right. And
yeah, I got an email back. It says we removed listing restrictions.
So let me ask, how do you become the rights owner? What's to stop you from saying, hey, Steve Rode at AOL.com is the rights owner of this thing, and I want to strike this other guy? How did Jeppe Luder get to do it?
You can do that. I mean, it's the internet. It's like people filing digital, copyright claims against YouTube videos.
So that's the point.
That's the
point of this video, is to make people aware. Like you made a comment about, hey, anytime there's money to be made, there's going to be assholes.
Somebody's going to go after it. Yes, absolutely.
Wherever there's money, there's assholes. Watch out for the assholes.
Well, the lesson to be learned here is the first time that happens to you, because everybody will have that happen one or more times. But the first time that happens, it's easy to say, don't panic, but try not to panic. This is why you need to save all your documentation from purchases. And second thing, which might be more important, is use a piece of software that can alert you if there are intellectual property claims that this particular brand normally goes after sellers. There are, I saw one yesterday. I think it was Panasonic or something. Anyway, the big claim came up. Frequently goes after sellers for IP complaints. So when it comes to Panasonic, I'm like, no, I'm out. No, I don't need that. Don't need bother.
I know you mentioned it.
So it helps you to screen.
What's that software you use that screens for that before you get yourself in trouble?
I use SellerAmp.
SellerAmp?
Seller Amp is a
AMP.
Seller Amp is a great tool to use to. It's a Chrome extension, so when you go look at a product on the Amazon.com site, it gives you a whole bunch of information, like who else is on the listing, what are they selling it for, how many they have in inventory, how fast does this sell, an estimate of how many units per month. But one of the things that it has there is warnings. And one of those warnings, it might say IP. And if it says IP and there's red bars there, just stay totally
Find
away
a new
from
deal.
that. So, Seller Amp. Now, we've talked before about dealing with Amazon customer service, and bless their hearts. They try the best they can. It is very, very frustrating. For example, I have 20 of these gaming headsets that I need to get brand approval to sell on Amazon. I have the invoices. Actually, they're headsets manufactured by HyperX. I can tell you who these are. And so I have the invoices from the manufacturing company, and I supplied them to Amazon, and they said, not good enough. We can't identify that you purchased these from HyperX. Well, Hewlett-Packard owns HyperX. You can't get much higher on the damn food chain. So I've even provided them with press releases showing them Hewlett-Packard, which is the name on this receipt, this invoice. Hewlett-Packard owns HyperX. So I have all the documentation, and they came back and said, we've reviewed your documentation and it's insufficient. Like, mother. So the lesson is...
Didn't you used to work for HP back in the day?
I worked for
IBM. Oh, I thought it was HP. I was going to say, don't you have any buddies from 40 years ago you can call?
Oh, no, look, I have all the documentation. The problem is that I've run into somebody who is approving my brand selling request who's not reading what I'm sending. And so I have learned in those cases, the best thing to do is say, bless your heart. Thank you very much. Close the case. Reopen a new case.
You're like, I can read it for you, but I can't understand it for you.
Yeah, don't let your blood pressure boil too much. Just realize that you're dealing with people not at the top of management. And so you just got to, keep ticking the boxes.
What a PC way to put it. People not in the upper management levels. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need an invoice from the manufacturer or authorized distributor when you go to get ungated to list a particular brand. Now, the reason I have 20 of these stupid gaming headsets
you had 10.
is because I initially had 10. But as a total rookie,
all learning from
when
Steve.
When the box came, I threw away the paperwork that was in the box.
You broke your rule.
Which was well, I didn't know. I didn't know I needed a rule at that point.
Oh, that's the mistake that created the rule.
Invoice.
That mistake created the rule?
Yeah. Yeah. So I've had these things sitting here, like staring me in the face, like, you idiot, And then I finally came up with the brilliant idea.
Buy 10 more.
I found them at a good price. I'm going to buy 10 more. And I'm going to get the invoice. And so now I got 20.
And you still can't
And I'm
sell
just trying to
them.
get through. Oh, I'm getting through. Oh, baby. You better believe.
Why don't you get 10 more, see if that fixes the problem.
Oh, no. I got what I need. The only thing I need right now is just a little patience. I'm going to get this done. And the reason I know that is because I have been here at this movie before. So I know how it ends. I'm going to put a smile on my face. I'm going to provide all the documentation. This time I'm sending my PDF invoices and I'm putting little arrows to everything that they want. And, I'm going to win.
Didn't you just mention that the non-upper management people that are getting your documentation clearly aren't even reading it. So how are the arrows going to help?
Yeah. Well, apparently the big red boxes I put around last time. Now, I've actually done this. Okay, so they want like 6 different things. Identify the seller, the address, the product, the quantity, and the item. So I have actually taken these invoices before and put an arrow, and then at the end of the arrow, write name, address, quantity. I didn't do that this time. I learned, you better believe what my next submission is going to
All
look
right.
like.
Well, we've seen in other videos, we've seen
So.
the stack of 10 headsets. So we're going to hold you to it. We'll see if Steve can actually win this battle and sell these damn things.
Well, first I got to get through this brand approval, and then they're going to sell.
How much you got into them? How much you into them for? These 20?
Let's see, about $300.
All right, we got $300 on the shelf. Let's see if we can move them.
Oh wait, hold on a second.
But wait, there's more.
So in the process of getting ungated for certain products, like I needed to get approved to sell grocery items, and so the least expensive item I could find to buy to get ungated was Burt's Bees peppermint chapstick.
To sell grocery items?
Yeah. So I have 10 chapstick sticks here that I bought them so cheap I can't sell them on Amazon and make any money. So I've been giving them away.
Well, stocking stuffers.
Yeah. Yeah, peppermint is not a big thing in July or August.
No. So anyway, big takeaway from this is save all your shit. Even the stuff in the box. In the box, save that. Even if you have the actual receipt.
I scan it. I have a scanner right here on my desk, and I take stuff, anything that comes in a box that has to do with the order, I just scan it and save it in case I ever need it.
So it's a lot of mundane details, but if you're starting to sell as many things as Steve is selling in a very short amount of time, by the way, when these things come up, and they will come up, you'll be glad that you took the time to kind of organize. Do you have like a folder for each little product that you have?
No, I have one folder for all my receipts, because it's like the filing system I use for my important papers at home. Everything goes in one box because I don't need to waste time filing every individual thing. If I ever need to find something, I'll sit down with the box. I'll go through it. So the nice thing about saving all of your online receipts as PDFs is because you can search through all your PDFs for a specific text in them. So it makes it very easy to find what
like
you get.
HyperX?
Like HyperX.
Hewlett Packard?
Yeah. Lordy.
All right, well, hopefully we'll get it figured out, but save your shit. That's all.
Save your shit. That's the lesson of the day.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've kept this one shorter than most.
20 minutes. Wrap it up.
All right, I will see you later. Thanks, Damon.
Peace.
Oh,
what?
Damon. Oh, no.
What?
Like, subscribe, wave the chicken over your head, and ring the bell before you go. Stay tuned. More coming up.
Yeah, like 2% of the people ever get this far in the video, so that was wasted.
No, I said it. Okay.
Peace.
Peace.